Weapons like mine can't be found. Be sure you break it in properly. Have a look. I can't wait.
Hello. I got to the point of no return, so I'm just trying to wrap up some stuff here, but unfortunately they had one fucking quest that was missable, and I didn't notice until it was too late. But I've done, like, almost all the side content. I don't know why we still do missables. Why do we still do missables? That was, like, the only missable that was hard. I guess I just went into a story prompt at some point, and that locked me out from finishing all the quests. So I hope that I can get this final accessory slot. might be SOL. might be SOL because I missed one quest. I've been very thorough. I haven't really been following a guide until today, actually. Because there was some stuff I didn't know where to get, but I did, like, everything. Somehow I missed one quest. I don't know where this last scrap is. That's what I'm trying to find right now. All I really have left to do is just the achievements, but I have to play through the game anyway, so I don't know how much that matters. Let me see if I can figure this out. Yeah, I don't know where that last scrap is. It better not be tied to that quest. I'm gonna be livid. Yeah, this one. Oh no, it's not that one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where I did every other quest in the game. All the treasures. All I'm missing is like one boss. I have no idea where it is.
I'm just getting started!
Last dungeon was way too long, by the way. It was very exhausting. Really overstayed its welcome.
I'm just getting started!
Didn't help that I didn't know it wasn't the last dungeon. I thought that it was just talking to the old guy, but I ended up being stuck in the last dungeon for like over an hour. It's been a good game, though. I definitely liked it better than the last few. Last East game I really liked was, what's it called? Celceta. That was the last one I really enjoyed.
There! She's better
How long
than
was
ever
this
now.
game? Skipping most of the cutscenes. I'm at the point of no return with... I'm at the point of no return with, like... What's my game time say? Like 21 hours. This game definitely has way more dialogue than all the other East games, so it can get kind of tiresome sometimes. Just wanna...
If memory...
Sometimes you just want to play.
Time for a little break.
I have no idea where to get this last paper scrap. I'm getting kind of triggered.
Now that you guys... Let's get out!
Aye.
Bird is the best character. This game was like really streamlined with like the side content, but then they have like one missable. It's really weird.
Thank you, everyone. Time to mix something. Don't push yourself.
Maybe this world.
Let me see. Let's try to find where that damn paper scrap is, because that's what I'm getting stuck on right now. I don't know how to get it. I've gotten almost everything else. I don't know where it is. It's pretty much just do everything on this playthrough, and then I was going to play it again and record some videos, but standard JRPG fare. You know, you gotta do all this stuff at the end. The side quest hell hasn't been that bad, but I can't for the life of me figure out where this last scrap is. Let me see. There's probably not many guides for this. I don't think this game sold very well. People get too caught up on the graphics. Like, it's a good game. Let's see here. Alright, this might be a lead here. So either I'm missing one somewhere, or...
Let's set sail.
All right, let's go.
Waters are rough.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
Anything else? What?
Yeah, but people in America are complaining about it too, and they're immune to regional prices. I don't know how much that has a bearing on it. Alright. Well, it's mostly just people complaining about the graphics. Too obsessed with AAA games. So it's a solid game. I've really enjoyed it. I couldn't really get through Ys 8 and 9. I got just tired of Flash Guard. I like the combat in this a lot better. But I don't really care for Karja's moveset. Not very fun to use. Alright, maybe I missed something somewhere. What's up, man? Going to finish this game today, but I'm stuck in side content hell currently. I doubt there's anything over there. I mostly clean the places out. Yeah, I've been playing the game all day. I just wasn't really a good time to stream because I thought my neighbor was going to call me and take me to lunch, but I had to call her instead. So I waited until like 2 p.m. and I didn't want to turn on the stream and then have to abruptly stop. So I kind of just played this offline all day. But yeah, I am at the end of the game. I'm probably going to roll credits pretty soon, but I'm trying to find this last piece. I don't know where it is. You know, it might be tied to exploration. This is kind of why I like when games have, like, extra. When you need stuff like this, I like when games have extra. You don't get frustrated getting stuck, not being able to find one. I really like when games do that. Like, yeah, we're just gonna give you extra in case you get stuck like this. I'm not a big fan of there's only the exact amount you need. And you get stuck like this, not being able to find it. Let me see. Orland Islands, that might be where it is. You also can't, like, just search by the name of it either. I don't like that about this game either. Should be able to just search by the name. This is why I usually don't get all the achievements in RPGs, because it's fun until you run out of stuff. Okay, it might be here, actually. Let me see.
I pray for a safe voyage. All right, better mark this area on the map. Looks like a hassle and a half. All right! Okay, let's ride! What's this?
Just around here.
Mana! Yeah!
No, it's just I like when there's when you need like a material to unlock something. I like when there's extra. There's more than you actually need. I definitely prefer that to this. Well, I've like done most of the game content, but I'm stuck because I can't find it. This game's pretty nice. Most things are like in the game. You don't really have to look at guides that much, but I'm definitely stuck right now. The fact that it has missables is really stupid as well. This game is pretty relaxed with telling you where to go and stuff. You don't get
something's
lost that
off.
often.
Might want to mana sense around. Huh. Didn't expect this here.
But then, like, they randomly have a missable side quest. You have to play through the whole game again. I thought we were, like, done doing that.
Switch!
I don't think this is it, but grab it anyway. Nah, it's
Looks
junk.
valuable.
Alright, false alarm. This game, like, pretty much always, like, tells you where to go and stuff. It's actually pretty friendly. But then,
All right, let's go.
let's just put a missable
Should
quest
be a
in.
good
You gotta
spot
play
to
through the whole
rest.
damn game again. Like, why would you do that? Sometimes I feel like they just put missables in games for the hell of it. It doesn't really have any place in this game at all. Not in the slightest.
All right, let's go.
I only had to look up a guide and
Let's
like
catch our breath.
didn't have to look up a guide until like 2 hours ago.
Make
I played
tracks.
through this whole game with no guide, and I did like almost all the content. That's awesome. It is awesome, but you're gonna put missables and stuff in. Like, just stop doing that. Especially when it's just like pointless stuff too.
And raw.
The missable should have like some kind of reason to be missable, like, you know, a character dies or like a town gets destroyed or something. Like, that makes sense. But when it's just like you didn't do this quest from this NPC on your ship in this very specific time, it's like, what does that even accomplish? It accomplishes absolutely nothing. The polish in this game has been like really good, but
All right, let's go.
It should be a good spot to
random
rest.
missables are the worst things about RPGs. At least this game, the speedrun is like 2 hours, so
Let's make tracks.
I'll probably get it next playthrough. Either that or I might go back to FF16.
And raw. Let's tackle it together.
We're not tackling anything, man. Might be around here somewhere.
Looks valuable. And raw. Let's make tracks. Let's make tracks.
All right, let's go.
What's this?
All right, let's go.
It should be a good spot to rest.
You guys hear the Switch 2 might get announced this week? It might actually happen this time. I'll believe it when I see it.
A chest! Can't wait to see what's inside.
Yeah, more junk, man. I got excited for nothing. It's like I never stopped playing Diablo.
right, let's go.
You?
They're saying it's going to be like an Xbox One in power. That's what everybody's saying.
I think there's something around here. Found something!
I don't know, the power of Nintendo consoles doesn't really matter that much. All their games run fine. It's all the third-party stuff that runs like crap. Which is why, like, this game I'm playing right now... This game I'm playing right now is, like, not even locked 30 FPS on Switch.
Make tracks!
Buy a Steam Deck, which if you're resourceful you can get for about the price of a Switch. It runs at 60 FPS locked, like, almost all the time.
You?
Except on the ship where it doesn't really matter. There's like no point in buying a third-party game on Switch anymore. It's a waste of money. I like, look, don't use mine ever.
Let's tackle it
Been
together!
collecting dust. Ever since I got the Steam Deck. I haven't really been interested in these last couple exclusives they've been putting out for it. They're not my kind of games.
And raw!
I've had some decent stuff. There was the new Zelda and the new Mario and Luigi in like a couple weeks, I think. I'm not really interested in those. Where is this last chest? I'm thinking it might be here.
I think there's something around here. Okay.
Where's this
let's go.
stupid chest,
Should
man?
be a good spot to rest.
I wish games could just tie important stuff like this to like bosses only, not random chests. It probably is here, but I don't know where it is. The game would just tell you, like, this is what's here that you're missing. Instead of look around and get a chest and it's got trash in it that you don't need. It's not as bad as FF16's chest, but you're only missing one. Like, I just want to be told exactly where it is. Not waste time. It's so stupid how I'm missing one and it doesn't just tell you where it is. They have like all the best stuff in the game, so fighting stuff outside of the final dungeon is useless. They're pretty much no use for money anymore. Well, I will say they kept money pretty useful all the way to the
tackle
end.
it together.
That's pretty commendable. A lot of games with money, it becomes useless really quick, but they have some pretty smart gold sinks in this game. This game's pretty well designed, but some stuff like this, it's just like, why? I'm locked out of an achievement because I didn't do some pointless side quest, and it's missable for some reason, when it shouldn't be. There's no reason for it to be missable other than just wanting you to play the game again.
And raw.
Where's this damn chest?
there's something around here.
Okay, that wasn't junk for once. Alright, let's just try the next place. This is stupid. There's always some place you didn't touch. Try Callan Island, I guess. Yeah, like, why doesn't the thing just tell you, like, this is what you're missing here? Make this so much less of a pain. It's like they have, like, unique bosses and stuff that you fight. Like, just tie this to that. This is the same place I'm already at.
Okay, let's go. Let's catch our breath.
Where the fuck is it? Ah. Actually, it might be here. I think I know where it is. I think I know where it is. I might be done with this. It might be over here. Or not. Oh, come on, don't give me junk. Trash items. I thought it was here, but it's not. Of course not. It's trash.
In raw! In raw!
Alright. There's a chance I actually did miss it in here somewhere. This is whack, though. I just don't like backtracking. Some of the unique bosses give you, like, junk. It's like, why don't you just give me this stupid scrap from fighting, you know, unique content? Like, I don't understand it. Game's been pretty good about the polish, but it's starting to really show its true colors. There's no reason why it shouldn't be on the UI, like, hey, thing is right here. Because a lot of the chests at this point are not going to have anything useful. Also, the grind to, like, max out your gear, your build is really bad in this game, too. It's really missing, like, post-game dungeon. This game doesn't have an EX dungeon. As I get to the end, I'm definitely, like, really lamenting that they don't have that.
Let's make tracks!
Because you get a lot of cool build stuff with, This is just the same place I was already at. It's not gonna let me go down there, is it? Where the fuck is this stupid chest? No, he won't go down there. You're saying a river, but what river?
In raw! In raw!
Just let me buy it. This is when I stop having fun with these games. I already got everything here. I don't know where it is. It better not be fucking missable. Where is it? Everything else I've done, like, how did I not get it? I don't know where Ever Summer Island is. Because it doesn't just let you search by, like, the title. Just give you a list. I don't know where the fuck that is. That's probably where it is. I don't know if I can even find a video. I'll look for one. All I can find is fucking Let's Plays. I want to watch a 4-hour video, man. Just show me where it is. Find is a damn Let's Play. Ah. It's like no one makes guides for good games anymore. Make guides for games that have, like, 1 million people doing them. And then, like, when I need help with stuff like this, I can't find anything. This guide is useless. They don't have, like, an actual full guide. The site is just designed to get a bunch of ads. It's terrible to navigate. No one's putting up guides for this, like, at all. This is fucking useless, too. All I can find is a damn Let's Play. I'm not watching that shit. I hate this, the Gamer website. They don't make, like, a normal guide. They make it on separate pages, so you have to keep clicking through it to look at their stupid ads. And I'm just gonna block, because fuck the ads. This is frustrating. I don't know where the fuck this spot is. I've done, like, everything else in the game. I cannot find it. There's, like, no resources for this game at all. None. Sucks balls. It's like people don't make guides for games worth playing. 1,000 people doing Call of Duty walkthroughs. We don't need another one of those. I need help with this, and there's no help. Yeah, let's just make a bunch of guides for this game that everybody is playing, instead of one where help is actually needed. I have to fucking do it myself, because no one else will do it.
Alright, let's go!
So dumb.
Ho-ho! Now that's a shocker!
You never know what'll come in handy.
How many more fucking Call of Duty games do they need? We're on like the 30th one already. It's the same game repeated. When are they gonna stop making those?
Empower us.
I guess when people stop buying them. People seem to hate the new ones so much, but they still sell. Find 1,000 guides for that, but this... There's not a single video. I'm like shocked that there's not one fucking video for this.
Fire! How do you like that? Gotta be more careful.
No, I don't need to be more careful. You told me where this fucking thing was, I'd be done with this game already. Have to put it in the middle of nowhere, and then don't even give you a,
Aye, aye,
like an
Captain.
indicator of where it is. It's like basic stuff.
Go, go, go!
I had the same problem with Celceta. Celceta did the same
Wings.
thing.
Give me
It
strength.
was like an achievement for all the mining points, and it didn't tell you where it was. I remember looking around for like 5 hours. I'm just like, dude, I can't be asked with this. It's a complete waste of time. It's just never fun when you do like everything that requires challenge in a game, and you're stuck with like
voyage.
stupid stuff like this.
We can't. Okay, full speed ahead.
Maybe it's over here. This might actually be it over here, hopefully. Oh wait, I think this is it.
We're going ashore.
Is this it? Please be it. I think this is it. I think my stumbling accomplished something.
I am weather this encounter.
No, this game is actually pretty good with not needing a guide for some things. The other thing that was really obtuse was in the last dungeon, you have to fall all the way to the bottom, and the last runestone and the last fishing spot are there, and I would not have found that without a guide. But other than that, other than that and getting stuck on this, I cleared everything in the game, like, without a guide. So, this game is pretty good. This game is pretty good in terms of not needing a guide like all the time. It's not like Path of Exile bad, but there we go.
Looks valuable.
It's just weird to like they went through a pretty good effort of
I
like
think there's
not
something around here.
making you have to look at a guide every 3 seconds, but there definitely is some stuff in this game that's pretty obtuse. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad that I looked for the guide. I would have never found that otherwise. It wasn't marked on the map. Alright, well, now everything's done. So I guess I'll go do the final endgame boss, and then I'll go ahead and roll credits. see if I feel like doing any more of this today, but kind of leaning towards no.
Let's catch our breath.
Hey! Take the helm for me!
There are, like, seriously no guides for this game, though. There's, like, almost none. I might take it upon myself to do it, now that I've seen most of what the game has to offer. It's definitely frustrating playing niche games sometimes, because there's so few people making content for it. You need help yourself.
Allow me. A box lunch then?
Be very annoying.
Would you, if you look...
Well, I think I can do the final boss now. I would have had to play through the whole game to get that, so that's kind of why there was some urgency. But yeah, this game is very close to being, like, being able to see everything without a guide, but there's a couple things that are pretty obtuse you won't find otherwise.
Show me the ripples at what future awaits you. Simply wonderful.
This seems completely useless.
What future awaits you?
Crap loot boxes. Got crap loot boxes here. Does this have any purpose?
Was it the future you desire?
I paid $60 for this game, man. I'm trying to get away from the loot boxes, alright? What purpose does that have? I gave her a rainbow one and she gave me a red one, like, the worst one possible.
Here to ask about the ship.
Even when you, like, not playing gacha games as much, you just can't escape because they put it in everything.
All done.
What purpose does that serve?
What future awaits you?
What the hell is this? This is such a waste.
Simply wonderful.
What the hell? Most useless game mechanic right there. What purpose is there to that?
Break time's over.
She should have stayed stuck on that island. She's there for a reason. Probably fleeced a bunch of other RPG protagonists. I don't trust that chick one bit.
Go.
Running a money
Let's
laundering
catch our
scam. Got the crypto scam going.
Thanks for the food.
It's like we don't have any other things to really think of to put into the game, so we're gonna have a crypto scam, gotcha loot boxes in a $60 game. Great idea.
How's this? How's this? Run away! Switch out! How's that? How's that? Switch! There! Gotcha! Switch out! Freeze!
How's that? Switch! There! Nice try! There! Incinerate! Run away!
Watch out! Skeeter! Skeeter!
Switch! Run away! Turtle blade! Crumble!
Switch out! There!
Switch! Run away! Turtle blade!
Skeeter!
Sorry.
Gotta tough it out.
Switch! Turtle blade!
Switch!
How's that? Switch! Incinerate! Shield Feather! Together! Dodge this! How's that?
Switch out!
Team up! Blast off!
Freeze!
Can't lose here. That helps. Switch!
Skillful gameplay there. Can't blame the game on that. It's just crap gameplay. Oh, I got another one.
This is tasty.
Probably get it next attempt. Keep missing the parries.
Incinerate! Turtle blade! That was close.
Shatter!
How's that? Incinerate! Turtle blade!
There! Freeze! Close call!
Switch! Run away! Turtle blade! Gotcha! Switch! Got this! Blast off! Nice try! Nice try!
Skeeter!
Run away! Nice try! Run away! Turtle blade!
Watch out!
Switch! It broke through! Get away!
Watch out!
How's that?
Yeah! Close call! Yeah! Pathetic! Trouble! Skeeter! Close call! Take that! Here we go! Freeze!
It broke through! Switch! Dodge this! That was close! Dodge this! Blast off! What? Incinerate! Turtle blade! Messed up.
Gotta tough it out.
Oh, a bastard got his shield back.
Alright, let's move!
Got his shield back somehow. I gotta break the whole shield again. Alright, break the shield, he's done. Oh, come on, you heard me push the button. What the hell was that?
Did they get you?
I heard myself push the button.
Alright, let's move! Yeah! Hup.
Too
Catch
easy.
me!
How's that?
Take that button! Hup.
Switch! Think again! How's that? Run away! Gotcha!
Switch!
Crumble! Get them through! Run away! Nice try! Shatter! To this!
Hey! Did they get you? That helps. Close call. Crumble! It's time!
There we go. Hardest boss cleared.
Let's sure put our skills to the test.
This game really needed a post-game dungeon. It's kind of just like these small fights. It's like waiting the whole game for a post-game dungeon. Alright. There is one really big problem with this game's combat system, and that is those attacks that you can counter. What happens a lot of times is you actually... Now, I'm going to sound like DSP when I say this, but it's actually true. Other people have mentioned this. Sometimes when you parry something, the hitbox will get stuck on your partner. So Adol or Karja, it'll get stuck on their body, and the hitbox will move. It happens a lot in this game. Like for some reason, when you're playing as one character, the other character is still on the screen, but like they actually still have an active hitbox. So, there's like the tadpole, the big tadpole enemy. When it tries to belly flop on you, like you're playing as him. Let's say I can't really visualize it, but like it's aiming at him. But it gets stuck on her head, and it bonks off her head, but since she's not active, she doesn't take damage, but the hitbox gets delayed. It's the jankiest thing about this game, and what makes it worse is there's a lot of attacks like that in this game, where they try to jump at you, and sometimes it'll get stuck on the other character's head. I like this combat system, but it definitely has its flaws. There definitely are times where you know that you parried the attack, but it got stuck on the other character's hitbox. Alright, let's just go roll the credits. And I'll see if I feel like doing any more of this today, or... I might just do a cleanup stream later. It's basically going to be a bunch of move grinding. It's really the only thing I have left. Alright, let's just go finish the game.
Right. Let's get going.
I'll probably grind to make like a maxed out build. But that'll be, I don't know, maybe next stream. Let's go finish the game. This is all that's left.
Ah, you've arrived at last. This place is winters longer than the fleeting skies.
This the old timer?
As I thought. Rolo.
Huh?
Leela, you've suffered in countless ways on my account. And to top it off, I was convinced
Don't be ridiculous all this time.
Rolo? We're talking about someone who lived over a century ago.
Oh, it was my unfinished business that stopped me from
Unfinished. Why did you disappear after the Grieger?
The Grieger? You speak of the malevolent being.
Pardon? Where did you get...
So, from here, the true nature of the Sea King's throne is that of the in particular. You take a moment. The world as humans, therefore, it is the perceptions of should the world ever change.
But then what need...
That is where perhaps the gods thought to provide man a means by the throne that crumbled to dust.
If that is indeed the case...
Those who reside in the lands of Obelia, that by no means can they. It is those human sentiments that comprise...
The Grieger...
And those feelings of being unable to... That's what keeps him from dying?
Yes, this in times of peace. Conversely, in times of strife, he elects, although he possesses such individuals are the ones who...
Does that go for the...
Yes, they are from the very beginning. Having married into the house of the Jarl in her desperation.
Wait,
Yes.
I was always taught
That is because Loto is a... Some rumors even hold that it was he who drove the Normans.
What?
That said, thus do people It is for this reason.
Quite so. In response to my mother's... Such is... Upon first learning of this, after all, she had been... And then, we have Leela.
Rolo.
It must be acknowledged, however, that this... I am of a mind to put an end, and quashing malice born of humanity necessitates humans of equal strength.
You would...
Trident, return to me. I stand before you as your true liege and master.
Stop this! No! No!
You know, I have to pause this for a second. I really think that if they're... Because after this, we're going to get the secret ending, which talks about when Adal goes to the North Pole. I think what they're doing here, they might be alluding to, like, how they're going to make that game, because obviously they're not going to make a game about playing as a 63-year-old guy. That's just not going to sell. The whole reason why this is back when he's 17 is because they want to keep him a Bishonen, because you know, there's a lot of Fujoshi and lonely housewives that like Adol. But like, you saw what he just did there, right? I'm thinking that might be what they're doing. So I'm gonna have to try to get that secret ending because I don't think it's on YouTube in English yet.
Rolo?
Those devils could not be vanquished. I had my reasons, you see, for whiling my days away in Beevro. My aim was to devitalize the Malice's
I'm...
Those who not only confront the Malice born of their unconscious, but it is with their future. Conquering malice requires the strength of will and mind to envision what you aspire to, and be certain you will realize it. The key lies not in cold calculations, but rather the courage to believe in oneself, even in the absence of rational grounds. Adol, that blade you have come to acquire, the Heimskringla. It embodies the very courage you and your companions have gained over the course of your journey. Adol, Karja, now is the time for you to strike me down! You'll forgive me for making you a part of it.
You're on. But on one condition.
What might that be?
Leela, you play for his side. What? There, Grimps. This round, you and Leela get to fight as a team.
Adol. Karja.
Hell's bells! Ha! I couldn't ask for anything better! Lucky for me, the ones who made it to this isle were two stout young souls like yourself.
Oh, I'm also going to point out one thing. Since I played this mostly blind, or at least this part of the game blind, I thought that when it said to go meet the old man, that it was just going to be in the house. But then he's, you know, the guy that had all the malice in him. So it actually made sense. This is one game where it made sense that the final boss is in like this hellscape with big monsters everywhere and like bottomless pits and shit. This is one RPG where it actually made sense. Because if anybody else managed to get there, they wouldn't be worthy. But I thought that was a nice touch because I've played countless
Leela.
games like this where it makes no sense. No one's gonna get up there. How do you deliver pizza up there?
So that's your true form. A mermaid.
Adol. Karja. Thank you both.
We're really in for it now, huh? You won't go holding that against me, right?
Not a bit.
He talked!
Here it is. The point our journey's been leading up to. This is one fight we can't afford to lose. Let's go, Shield brother!
Conquer the malice of this world!
We shall engage in attack!
Incinerate!
Try this upper side! Think that after a century, we'd be standing shoulder to shoulder like this. I'm sorry for what happened all that time ago.
You needn't give it a second thought, my lord. Adder, Karja. The two of us will come at you with every fiber of our beings. All the more worth it! Right, Adder?
Gotcha!
Yeah!
Nice try! Run away! Gotcha!
Switch out!
Dodge this!
Not a chance!
Switch!
Turn this upside!
That's close! Incinerate! Now! Gotcha! Run away!
Turn this upside!
Shield brethren, together! Shield brethren, together!
Brace yourselves!
Are you alright, fella?
I'm managing to retain control of myself. Thanks to you. That alone, however, will not be enough to stop Rolo of the Bloody Sea. As expected, our only resort is for these two to prevail.
You've got even more left to give. Fine by us. We're in this till the end.
Turn this upside!
Flatten! To end this!
No escape! No brain has ever escaped like West alive!
Switch! Nice try!
Switch! Flatten!
Switch! Run away!
Turn this upside! Turn this upside!
Gotcha!
We have reached!
See how this treats you!
Go forth!
Georgia!
This is...
Incredible.
Very amusing, Adol, Karja! To think that a lifetime spent tossed about by the whims of fate could end with an encounter against ones of your caliber! Harbi! No, I'd go so far as to say Loto be praised! Now where were we? Let us make this a clash for the ages, my young, hopeful brethren!
Close. Too easy.
Here I come!
Prison!
That was close.
Lowest king!
Try this on the side! No skin, no brain has ever escaped my grasp alive! Try this on the side!
There, all better. That was close. Switch!
Switch out! Take that! You ready? To end this!
No escape! No brain has ever escaped my grasp alive!
Place! Let it go through!
Ouch. I didn't refill my medicines before I went in here. That's alright, this is a good boss fight. If I botch it, I'll do it again.
I'm cured.
And know he's gonna have another form.
How's that?
Try this on for
Shield brothers, together!
You all right?
Yes, my love.
Gotcha! Go to blaze! Switch! Healing!
Yes, left!
Nice try! What? What?
Very predictable.
Gotcha! Go to blaze! How's that?
Switch out! Close call!
How's that? Switch!
Try this on for
Shield
size!
brethren, together! Dodge this!
Excellent strike!
Dodge this! Blast off! How's that? Switch! Nice try!
No escape! I haven't done your thing yet! Here I come! The pace is with you!
Now, my love! Flatten!
Try this on for size!
Dodge this! Switch!
I see all!
Nice try! That was close!
Try this on for size!
That was close! Crumble!
Try this on for size!
Crumble!
Glacial prison!
That was close! Together as one! There! How's that? Go to blaze!
Yes! Left!
Nowhere to run! Try this on for size!
Switch!
No escape!
How's that?
No escape! No prey has ever escaped my grasp alive!
Gotcha! Nice
Blood
try!
is boiling!
How's that? Dodge this! Blast off! There! Go to blaze!
Switch! Freeze!
No escape!
Switch!
Try
Gotcha!
this on for size!
Pathetic!
There! Run away!
Switch out! Close call!
Team up! Blast off!
Here I come! The pace is with
Not
you!
a chance!
Awesome fight. But I gotta say the visibility's pretty bad. Got that Arise problem of too many particle effects fighting like small humanoids. Couldn't always see what he was doing, but got the hang of it. Yeah, this was a good game. Great game.
You've done it. At last.
Is it over?
Karja. Adel. Thank you.
Mom? Elena. Could it be that her resolve materialized into those shackles through...
Her own doing. Yes. By way of the world-forging gift all humans innately possess. There is yet more to her strength of will and mind. In weaving a bond between Karja and Adol, it served as a major guiding force toward this outcome.
It just goes to show. Our journey found support in all shapes and sizes. Adol! Your sword!
That sword was also your latent power. A manifestation of the potential residing in each of you. With its purpose now fulfilled, it has returned to its proper place. For so long, I have bided my time for those who could lay me low. Humans are weak, but it is for this reason that they are yet capable of much and more. Where once I regarded this quality with contempt, in the end, I do so in admiration.
Gramps.
Well, Adol, what say we conclude by revealing the answer? The contents of that emptied chest were my greatest treasure. I trust that you recall my saying this as well as the riddle I posed. That sword you were wielding, the Heimskringla, embodied your respective potentials. My greatest treasure is none other than you. You are the promise this world holds.
Rolo.
Oh.
I'm old.
It would appear that they've finally come to whisk this old man away. The time we spent on this isle together, Adol, was nothing short of irreplaceable. And Karja have caused you such hardship.
Gramps.
Be reasonable now. I'm already 100 and... what was it again?
143 years old, my love.
Ah, yes. How could I forget? Fret not, even should we part. Our bonds endure.
No, they don't, because you won't be mentioned again.
Are you alright?
This is the 10th game, but it's like...
Thank you.
It's like the 4th
Mila,
game in the timeline.
for letting me make the best of my life.
That's the problem with Ys
At
storytelling.
I will see
It's
for
the fact that the
myself
timeline is so messed up.
what wonders await in Valhalla.
The fact that they want people to jump into these games at any point is probably its biggest flaw.
Karja,
Which is why
remember,
all these chicks fall
these
for Adol and
words
they never get
well.
mentioned again. And you get kind of tired of it happening
humans
over
can
and over and
forge
over.
the world of this much.
I guess that's what you have to do when you're
I
like
am certain.
one of the oldest JRPG franchises to exist.
Rolo?
Don't want people to feel filtered
My
or
dearest.
gate kept by 35 years of previous continuity. But it does suck when they establish cool stuff and then none of it really matters. It's too self-contained. Alright, so let me see where to get this secret ending and I'll mute the mic and I'll put it on YouTube. That's the game cleared.
if you please.
Great King Rollo, founder of Norgard, go with the love and grace of the gods.
The gods, huh? Makes you wonder how Rollo felt about...
Not too thrilled, but from what I gather, Valkyria, guide his majesty to Valhalla.
Aye. He carried the weight of the world on his... Adol, no turn of phrase could... But even still, the memory of his parting smile, that we could arrive at this closure... Wasn't nearly enough to pay back what he's done for us. But on a lighter note, that is yet my simple wish is the only question is... Incidentally, Adol, are you alright with that, Karja?
You're not gonna see him again. He'll never mention you even once. Not even, like, just a passing mention.
I'll
no.
admit, I considered trying to hold him
You're
up
stuck.
at first. But the
Soft
thing
locked.
is, it takes a... And you can't be aware of much unless you take this... Now I know that adventures are something Adol just can't go with, so I don't think tying him down will do him. Not being
Yeah, there'll
joined
be
at the
another
wrist anymore will take
eight
some
chicks
adjusting
falling
to.
for him.
But I think this is what my mom was getting. By that token, one could see this as... Yeah, that's why I'm working. I see. Aye. Well, Adol, let me give you a ride.
Maybe like when he
For all
turned
of Bren and the
63,
townsfolk's efforts,
all
we've
his
still
love
got a ways to
interests
go on
just
rebuilding.
like Potara earring fusion, like Goku and Vegeta, into like a big amalgamous waifu blob, and then he just marries that. Maybe that's what they're going for. Just this blob of love interests. He just goes off with this big amalgamous blob. That's how they solve that problem. The final game.
Yeah. This is nothing compared to
I
what
mean,
they've
he's
already
like in his 60s
accomplished.
at that point, so we'll probably date anything that moves.
It
There you
shouldn't be
go.
long before the passenger
They're all
liner makes
fused into
ports.
one blob. He just goes and lives with that.
Best you
Yeah.
join up with Dogi and Dr. Flare. That's so. How's this then? I'll take you as close that way. Look, I'm the one off. Now get a move on.
A literal moe blob. That's who the end game in his relationships is. Alright, I gotta tab out for a sec, figure out how to get this ending, because I'm gonna put it on YouTube. So I think it's only up in Japanese right now. Yeah, the fighting is over. Fighting has ended. I really enjoyed this game. I think people are too harsh on the combat. You know, it's different, but I think it's better. The other combat was getting old and tired. I was getting definitely way sick of that combat, hardcore. I think that they did a good job changing it. Main problem with the combat is having two characters doesn't seem to benefit that much. You're still limited to like 4 moves, and for a 2-character JRPG, the moveset is very small. Normal attacks feel almost completely useless. There's almost never really a time where you want to use them, because you just want to set up your character with like burst moves and then just filler moves, and then just get up the skill chain, and then you have so much SP reduction that you just burst the bosses down, and you wait until you have max revenge gauge, you pop off a duo move, and it either breaks their shield or almost kills them outright. Normal attacks feel almost completely useless, like you could like take them out of the game and it wouldn't have much difference. I definitely think that's something they should have fixed. But they'll probably iterate on this later, the next game. Also, like, I should point this out. There is only there's only 4 weapon models in this game, 2 for each character. For some reason, they made unique art assets for all the swords, but it doesn't change on the character model. This game also does have a little bit of the FF16 syndrome, where the weapons are mostly stat sticks, and like you can upgrade them, but it doesn't really seem to be much of a reason to. If the game was like twice the length, then maybe, but I definitely feel like, in retrospect, I wasted a lot of resources on weapons that just get replaced. It's not quite as bad as FF16. FF16 is about as bad as you can get with RPG gear, but this isn't much better, to be honest. The accessories are way more interesting than FF16, but the upgrade system felt kind of pointless, just like it was in that game. By the time you fully upgrade something, you just have another one that's better. And there's not enough of a difference to warrant sticking on one that's weaker. That's definitely one part of the game that felt pretty lacking. Yeah, playing this after FF16, this game is definitely better all around. Just because there's not really any cooldowns, and also the side content is easily digestible, and there's not too much of it. The fact that I got all the way through the game, completing all side content, until I got like 90% through without looking at a guide, is a testament to this game's good design. It's pretty rare for any game to be that well designed. Some people were complaining that it's hand-holdy. I'm like, well, the alternative is having to look at a guide or hope that somebody puts up a video guide because you're stuck and you can't find something. And I only got like that literally on this stream. And I've played this for over 20 hours. Now, some people might not like the hand-holding, but I think people don't really understand the alternative is there needs to be some niche content creator like me making guides for it and probably not making any money. That's gonna do that. I definitely think it's better to just have as many resources in the game as possible. And I feel like with the advent of YouTube, which I'm streaming on right now, a lot of game developers have gotten complacent. They're like, you know, we don't need to explain all this obtuse stuff. You know, some nobody with 10,000 subscribers like me is just going to make a guide for it. But that's not good either. You shouldn't have to rely on an outside source to enjoy a game like this, and I think that they did a very good job keeping that to a minimum. I only needed to find that one paper scrap. I did pretty much everything else without looking at a guide. So, I definitely think that's pretty commendable. Because it's a major problem with games these days, is just, oh, we don't need to explain this, or, you know, this secret thing you never would find without a guide, or, you know, you're gonna wander around the world aimlessly and not make any progress, you know, unless you look for a guide. I think that not having to do that is nice. It's a problem with fighting games as well. Fighting games are like that too. You know, the combo trials in most fighting games are trash, and they're difficult, but you never would use them in an actual match. It's been a problem in fighting games too. There's only a couple fighting games that actually have like combo trials that actually teach you how to play the game. That's pretty much the Under Night series, Skullgirls, the Battle for the Grid combo trials, but those are a mod, so I'm not really sure if those count. But it's good to see that this was pretty painless to play through. Where's the lighthouse dungeon again? I don't remember where that is. I don't know how to get back to the dungeon. I wanted to do that first. Let me look up how to do this. I posted in my Discord, let me just look. Let's see. I can't go. It's not letting me go. I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay, let's go. It should be a good spot to rest.
Alright, should be in here.
Let's make tracks. Here goes.
Okay, I'm gonna mute the mic. I'll be right back. We're gonna put this up. I'll be back on the mic shortly.
cold up north doesn't mess around. How long's it been? 46 years? Hard to believe their fleet vanished, just like that. Right after achieving their dream, too.
Yeah, it doesn't sit well with me. I smell foul play. You know who always did like to toy with people's fates.
Checks out. Can't well picture her falling by the wayside otherwise. We're gonna want to brace ourselves, though, if that ends up being the case.
Sorry to drag you along on this.
Little late for that now. Besides, even if you begged me not to come, I made her a promise I'm aiming to keep.
Let's hurry ahead then. We have to make it out of here before sundown. Something's there.
Alright, so that seems to be Adol and Dogi in his last reported book that he left, going to the North Pole. But I don't understand like what that's leading to, because it's not commercially viable to make a game where he's 63 years old. Like, I don't know why they're so stuck to that whole thing. I feel like they could easily just retcon that, because it was written in, like, the first games, the PC-88 game, like, 37 years ago. I don't get what they're alluding to with that, because it's like, you're not gonna make a game where he's 63. And also, like, if Karja is there, then that kind of undermines the whole thing that he's supposed to be in love with Fina. And, like, I think what people would want, like, if they are going to end the franchise with the next one, like, they would want him to just be with Fina instead of her. I really don't know where they're going with that. It doesn't really make much sense. It's still, like, almost 40 years off in the timeline. I don't know if they're just, like, wanting to end Ys completely, or, like, just make an ending before they're too old to do it, and then just make ones in the other timeline. He's still got, like, a couple games worth of being in his 20s. Because it's a Japanese game, and they're totally gonna not make him any older than 30, because that's just how these games are. But I don't really understand what that means. It means that Dogi was there with him when he seemingly disappeared, but I really don't think that he died. I think the other voice was Adol, which might actually be why he talks so much in this game. I think what gave it away is that it really did sound like Bryce Papenbrook trying to do an old man voice, but he's like my age. He's in his like mid to late 30s. He's not very old. He's trying to voice a character who's like 25 years older than him. It really did sound like him, so I think that actually was Adol and Dogi going to the North Pole. And then, like, maybe he goes back to see Karja or something, but it doesn't really seem like he gives a shit about her. he has a chance with a literal goddess. I don't think he's gonna take her. But yeah, it's very weird to even mention that, because it's only something that really hardcore fans notice. And it's very strange to really commit to that being canon when it was written, like, literally in the late 80s. I definitely think maybe they're trying to allude to, like, making a final game or something, but I just don't see how that's commercially viable. They would have to come up with some bullshit, like I don't know, he goes back to being young. I mean, they also did that in this game, too. The old man was Rollo, and he turns into a Bishonen Viking. So, it's not out of the question for that to happen. It very well could. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you're gonna have to wait for them to resolve it. But despite Falcom putting out games pretty quick, it's still gonna be a couple years until the next Ys game. And then even then, I doubt that the next game's gonna have any resolution for that at all. Not my favorite kind of writing when they do stuff like that. They want you to get you thinking, but then, like, there's no solution in sight. There's no resolution. I don't really get what they're going for. Like, they're mentioning it, but how do you make a game like that? Like, is he gonna be like balding? It's gonna be like balding and have like a soul stamina bar or something? Like, what? How do you make a game about that? I literally don't understand. But yeah, committing to that lore in the PC-88 version's manual, and like people who probably grew up playing that game have got to be like 60 now. I'm not sure how much that matters. Oh well. At least I got it in English. I'll upload it after the stream.
I came this way to... We owe you a great debt. It is due to your efforts. You've stated, however, that there's no telling when they will reach. The world is in the hands of its people. Be that as it may, and the days yet to come, now then. Much as I would like you to remain with the Bolt, I believe allowing you your freedom, that is to say, allow me to express my gratitude. I pray from the...
Okay, let's go! It should be a good spot to rest.
Well, it's the same problem I had with FF16. It's just, this game wraps up the story fine. FF16 had the ambiguous, crappy ending where they want you to watch a 4-hour video essay, but it doesn't really tell you anything because only the writers know. But the problem with this is the secret ending is video essay bait. I just find it really strange that they even care to reference something so old that literally dates back to like the 3rd generation of video games. I'm gonna be mad if the next game does not even reference that at all. It better not end up like Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread had that problem, narratively, where they ignored everything from Fusion. They had like major plot threads, and then none of it got mentioned whatsoever.
That's that then.
Sure thing. Consider it a promise.
Yeah, we'll never see you again.
To make sure my little brother does, I'll be counting on Dogi to keep an eye out in my stead. Can't just let a lodestone for trouble like you stumble from one...
I'm no Norman, though, so...
It's certainly true that Adol might benefit a partner who can both income.
Karja and the doc here could use some baby...
Right then. There's nothing else that needs taken care...
Fare thee well, Karnak.
I'd very much like to return in the future, after they've fully rebuilt.
Hey, Adol. About where I'm dropping you off. Kaznan's inland from the Selsetan coast, so there's no harbor in the area. That means we'll have to shoot for the passenger liner's port of call.
Ahoy!
Was that?
Diablo is just a whole other thing, because their world is not livable. There's demonic beasts, like, 2 blocks away from town. And the towns are so small, there's like
Seems
barely
like
any
every
people
one
left.
of them's managed to
How
find
do
a
they
new
function?
life goal to work toward.
This is just... Do you really need to stick to that piece of lore that was written in the late 80s, when they didn't know that this was going to be going for almost 40 years? I don't know. I don't see how they can make a game about that, so I hope it
someone.
actually leads to something.
I'm like them, you know? That talk with my mom back on the Ark.
But the next
gave me
game
a
is
goal
not
of my
East,
own.
it's I think
Scour
Tokyo
the
Xanadu
seas for a
remake or
place
something.
Where we Normans
So,
can build a new home.
it'll be the next
Take my
game after
turn
that.
carrying on the dream
And
she
I hope they
and so
don't
many
pull a
others stood
Metroid
for.
Dread and just like, oh, that didn't
That's
happen.
nobody's choice but mine, of course. Sure, it'll mean rough waters ahead of me. But seeing Rolo, the life that old-timer led, it spurred me on. Thanks. Adol? Decades from now, when I'm an old woman and you're an old man, no matter how much time goes by, we'll still be Shield brother and Shield sister. If you're in a fix, I'll rush to the rescue sure as the sun. So, whenever it comes to mind, even if it's only once in a while, come pay me a visit, okay?
No, I never will. You're forgotten. You're not mentioned. Heartbroken. Never seen or mentioned again. You don't even remember her name, man. Although that secret ending seems to allude that she's one of the last people he sees, but I don't know. Are they gonna make that game or what? I don't see how they will. Good game though. Well, I think Metroid Dread, I think they just didn't want to reference that stuff because the games were like 20 years apart. And I get that, but Metroid Dread continuation felt like a filler episode. They dropped some major plot bombs and Fusion, and like none of them get resolved whatsoever. They're not even mentioned. It kind of makes me realize why East does things the way they do, and they want you to be able to jump in at any game, regardless of the fact that some of them are very old and antiquated, and you might not want to play them. The fact that you can jump in is a blessing and a curse. It's like all the characters are mostly self-contained, so if you want to see more of them, you almost never do. And then the whole love interest thing is very old and tired as well, because, you know, he just ditches them, and he doesn't come back. But I guess you have to do things like that when your series is almost as old as video games itself. Like the oldest, one of the oldest, still active franchises. Metroid's always been pretty light on plot, but the problem was Fusion had a ton of it, and I feel like that really backfired because that game had so much text and stuff, and then like you're not gonna like mention any of that at all. Like, none of it. Like, what was the point of it then? It had really big implications for, like, where they were going to go with Metroid games, but then they didn't touch the timeline for 20 years, so... I guess that's why Final Fantasy and Tales have been going for like 30 years and they're not like continuous games. It's not a continuous storyline. They do like 2 or 3 games in the same universe, like tops, and then they move on to another one. But East definitely has that problem. That's why I don't really play these for the story. They're good for gameplay. Some of the characters are nice, but you're not gonna get much of a resolution. I actually really like the combat. I liked it better than the previous couple games. The whole, getting witch time and then blocking the attack and then just spamming stuff while you're invincible and getting crits was very one-dimensional. I like the combat in this, but it definitely needs to be expanded upon. It needs to be a larger moveset. Normal attacks need to have a purpose, because they kind of don't. Normal attacks are basically good for breaking things. That's like all they're good for. But like, to design the game that way, the normal attacks are pointless. And your moveset is small, but then you only have 4 slots. It's really weird design. I thought the game stayed interesting, combat stayed interesting the whole time, but that was my biggest flaw with it. I think parrying attacks and unleashing a big attack is more interesting than just stacking Witch Time and Flash Guard and having that be the only thing you do the whole game. But apparently people don't agree with me. Everyone's like, the combat is worse. There are some flaws to it for sure. The dodge is mostly useless. The dodge is good to dodge speed attacks and like, that's it. But this is how East games are going to be for like the next 3-4 games, so I think it doesn't really matter. East 7 to 9 is like such a massive change, so I have faith that they'll fix those problems. I just don't know where they go from here. I don't really get what that secret ending is supposed to mean. Gonna make a game with old, balding, bearded content creator Adol? Is that what they're going to do? I don't think that's gonna sell. I don't know, unlike Metroid, they have a chance to actually make it mean something, but I have a feeling the next game is just gonna pull a... Next game's just gonna pull a Metroid Dread and not mention any of that. How do they mention it? Yeah, the next game in the timeline is Celceta. Yeah, leave your axe behind. You're never gonna see him again. The first of many broken hearts. He literally never comes back. We left for milk on the boat, he's never coming back. Well, what else was there left to do? Let me back out of the game really quick and see what there's left to do. I have to play the game again, but the rest is going to be side content hell. Let me go ahead and pull this up. It's going to be a boring grind. I don't know. I don't know if I care to do this, to be honest. These achievements are kind of like, you know, you cleared the hardest challenge in the game, but you need to do this boring, pointless stuff first. Like, 30 minutes with the mana barrier on is going to take like an entire playthrough. Skill chain of 99 is pointless. Recipes, pointless. I'm not sure if I care. I'm leaning towards no. Generally, when I play games, only achievements I go for are the ones that take skill. Anything that's like, go look at every nook and cranny of the map, even though you've already, you know, beaten the hardest content, I just don't care for. That was a problem with Celceta. Celceta, I did everything in that game, and then I couldn't find the last mining point, and I stopped playing because of that. It's like, you already beat the hardest boss, you're like level 99, you've done all side content, but you need to go find this random flower somewhere. And I'm like, you know what? Screw that, I'm not doing that. I kind of wish more achievements were just like, you know, just do the hardest stuff in the game, and like, that's it. Doing stuff like, oh, you need to do this for 30 minutes. It's like, why? The hardest boss already got downed this stream. Do I really care about doing the rest of that? I really don't think I do. I don't know why achievements are like that. The Tales games are the worst about that. Tales games are worse than Ys. For like RPGs with stupid achievements, Tales games are way worse. You need to go revive your ally 500 times. I'm like, dude, I already did the post-game boss on the hardest difficulty. Like, what does that accomplish? It accomplishes absolutely nothing other than saying that you got the achievements. I'm like, you know, you're already done with the game, right? You've seen all the content. There's no content left. It's kind of like a useless diploma. You know how diplomas are kind of useless now? You get a diploma and you get like decades of student loan debt, and then you still can't get a job. That's kind of what game achievements are a lot of times. I'm usually tapped out when I've done everything that takes skill. After that, I'm like, you know, I'll still play the game, but I just don't care to do that stuff because it's not fun. And despite how frustrated I get, I am having fun playing games, even when I'm frustrated. I might just be going through a rough spot, but I'm not going to do that. Does anyone really care? I don't think anyone really cares. Good example is this game right here. I have 120 hours in this game, and then I also played like several dozen on PS4, and then I did like 80 on Switch, and I don't have all the achievements. You want to know why I don't have all the achievements? I'll show you why. You need to craft 100 different weapons. You know how much of a grind that is? If you're doing that like max efficiency and you get lucky, it's probably like 60 to 70 hours of just doing that alone. I saw that and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'll still play the game because it's fun, but I don't need the trophy to feel satisfied with the game. But like, this game is one of the stupidest trophies. It's basically asking you to get the ultimate weapon with like more than half the cast, but they're just stat sticks. They don't do anything interesting. And there's so much RNG with the infinite mode as well. Sometimes you get objectives that take way longer on the wrong map. I can't imagine doing that and still like ever wanting to boot up this game again. I think anybody who got this probably like uninstall the game and they never want to play it again. I have over 100 hours in this game, and I never want to get that achievement because it'll make me hate playing it. That's a perfect example of a useless diploma achievement. I'm like, yeah, you got it, but at what cost? You never want to boot that game up again. Is it worth it? I think it's not. I like to leave the game in a state where I might just want to play it for fun, but like, the achievements like that, they just don't accomplish what they're supposed to because they make you hate the game. I think the worst was Tales of Xillia 1 and 2, where they tied the grade to achievements. And the achievements were fucking miserable. You had to do stuff like 500 times for like 20 grade. I'm like, do you want us to play this game again or not? Because when you do stuff like that, it makes me feel like there's contempt for the people who bought the game. Like, I don't know, man. Doing that 500 times, it runs the risk of getting burnt out. Like, I'd rather just stop playing at that point, man. I think a good example of this was Dead Rising, the Infinite Mode achievement. You had to play for, what was it, like 14 hours straight to do that? And like, first off, it was boring to do because the strat in the Infinite Mode was basically to kill a bunch of the survivors and then stand on something safe and then just wait until you're at 1 health and then eat. And you had to do that for 14 hours with no save point. And then also, we're talking about launch pre-lawsuit 360 that would overheat and red ring. And I know somebody in real life who got that. And that was like at the beginning of the achievement era of games. I'm like, I'm never doing that shit, man. I liked that game. It was a great game, but I never once wanted to do that. I'm like, this doesn't look very fun. As far as I'm concerned, if you got all the survivors, if you've rescued all the survivors and you got the true ending, like, that was the end of the game right there. There wasn't anything else to do. You did the hardest content. But the Infinite Mode was literally like 90% waiting and like 10% gameplay. And it was also 14 hours, so you factor in how many people even have 14 hours to play a game, but like do something that boring where you're like barely even playing it. I'm like, at that point, I was like, I'll go for some achievements in games, but stuff like that, I'm just not ever going to do. I don't see the purpose in doing it. Let me see if I feel like doing anything else. That's kind of the only thing I really had planned for today. I was just finishing the game. Yeah, I like how that Dead Rising achievement was like directly broadcasting the flaws of the console to everybody, because most people who tried to do that got a red ring. Almost everybody who tried to do that got a red ring. And like, is 20 gamer score really worth having your console be bricked? I don't think it is.
Agents of
Slice and dice.
Hello. Okay, the reason I'm streaming this is because people are going to ask me about this game. I actually didn't like it. I didn't like this game for many reasons. First is, it's a little bit long. Also, the bosses are mostly gimmick bosses. A bunch of them are in hyper armor. There's combo damage thresholds and phase thresholds, which I don't really like. This game's got good mechanics, but it doesn't really let you use it most of the time. For some people that might be a strength, but I prefer just no BS beat-em-ups. It's nice that this has so much variety, but it comes at a cost. The bosses are just trash, and they're not fitting for this kind of game where you're supposed to play it like numerous times. Like, I never want to fight them again. Yeah, the bosses suck. Well, you know, this game has kind of a lot of the same problems that Sengoku 3 has. It's a little bit too long. Also, unfun bosses. The final boss in Sengoku 3 is like the least fun beat-em-up boss. The one in this game is pretty close, but... The boss in Sengoku 3 has the same problem the bosses in this game do, where they invalidate a lot of the game mechanics, and they're just not fun to fight, so that's not a very good thing for something that's designed to be replayable. Like, I would rather play Fight and Rage or Streets 4 again over this, because they don't have that gimmicky stuff. Okay, that's like the one boss that's normal. The second boss is a gimmick boss. There you go. There, you got some sweat gameplay for this, but yeah, I probably won't play this game much more. I don't know why they design the bosses like that. It's just the polar opposite of fun. I just don't like bosses like that are just big gimmicks, especially when it's like not long single-player experience where, you know, it's kind of... You gotta meet the quota and have a crap boss every now and then, but... when it's like a roguelike... I get bothered the most by gimmick bosses in roguelikes and beat-em-ups, far more than anything else. Some of my favorite games of all time have crap bosses, but they're like... also like 6 times the length of a beat-em-up or a roguelike, so you can look past it. When the game is like 90 minutes long tops, and it's got bosses like that, you know, it just makes me not want to play at all. I don't really think that they thought that through. Gimmick bosses have a place in stuff that's not, you know, you can't beat in one sitting. Ys 10, which I just finished this stream, only had like one boss I didn't like. There's like 2 really jank bosses I didn't like, but other than that, I thought all the boss fights were quite good. But like also, like I said, I can look past a couple crap bosses when the game is like over 20 hours long. When it's 1 hour long and you expect me to play it multiple times, you gotta reel that shit in. Otherwise, I'm not gonna stick around. And I hate to say that, but that definitely is how I feel about that game. Also, the combat is kind of stiff in some ways. Like, you can't... When you're doing a basic attack, you can't turn around. Your animation locked in the direction you are. It makes the combat feel really stiff. I was given a review key for that game, and I kind of feel bad because I don't like it, but I'm going to give them as much feedback as I can. I don't know how much they're really going to be able to change it, because... Even if they want to, because it's on Neo Geo. I don't know if they're going to make like a different edition of it or something, but yeah, maybe some people have more tolerance for that, but I personally can't stand it. I've definitely flushed roguelikes with like above average combat because they have crap bosses like that. I don't really think it's a completely uncommon thing to not want to play something because of that. But it depends. Yeah, I'll probably play through that game on easy. Playing on anything other than easy is just even more of a slog. But I definitely think it's a good game. It's just not the kind of beat 'em up for me. It's not the kind of beat 'em up I can put like 100 hours into. And probably beat it once or twice, and that's more than enough. Jitsu Squad was kind of like that too. Jitsu Squad really needed the Kickstarter content that they promised. It would have made the game a lot better. Problem with Jitsu Squad is it's also a little bit too long, and then also you have to go through the tutorial every time, and you have to unlock all the moves. There was no New Game Plus. The New Game Plus was supposed to come from the Kickstarter stretch goals, but then they never actually did that. Jitsu Squad also had kind of a crap final boss. You know, just a big wall of armor that kind of invalidates all the mechanics. I didn't really care for that either. The rest of the game was fine. All the other bosses had, you know, patterns and stuff. They weren't just punching bags. And, like, the hit stun system was really cool in that game, too. How you had to really optimize the hit stun. But, yeah, it's just not finished. Like, they didn't promise anything too crazy with that game, but they still didn't actually do it. It really hurts that game's replay value. Vengeance Hunters is just... the combat being stiff and the bosses makes it not very fun to play. And it's definitely not something I would put into my rotation. Probably next kitty sitting stream, which will likely be tomorrow, I might play it, because I finished East 10. And I'm not really sure what the next game I'm going to do. I might do FF16 New Game Plus, and then do East 10 grinding off stream. Would you guys like that? Because East 10, I definitely wish I had streamed more of it, but I was depressed over the Cuckoo dying. I wasn't really in shape to stream, but I'm at the point now where I probably should get everything else, even if I don't care about the achievements. But it's going to be really boring to watch. So I think that game is demoted to podcast second monitor game. And then when I do New Game Plus on the harder difficulty, I'll stream that game again. So, and I can do that on Steam Deck too, which is nice because the game runs great on Steam Deck. So there might not be too much more East 10. I'm glad that I streamed the ending. I did the hardest content. I almost maxed out the characters, but yeah, I gotta make the builds for them and stuff, and all that's gonna be really boring, so that might be like something I play on the side while I decide the next game, because there's Three Kingdoms, River City Ransom 3 Kingdoms sequel is in like a week. I will be playing that. I liked the first game of that, but it was definitely obtuse in some ways. Hopefully they've improved the combat and the gear a little bit, but yeah, I will be playing that, and that should be cool to stream on Steam Deck. So that'll probably be the next thing I do, but I think I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I might go make a snack and then decide what the next game's going to be. Because I finished East 10 way quicker than I thought, but I need to make optimized builds for the characters. I'll definitely make an overview for it. I need to upload the secret ending, which I recorded this stream. After I do that, we might do some more zoomies on FF16. How does that sound? I'm not really stuck in side quest hell. It's mostly just preparing for New Game Plus is going to take a while. And I don't really know efficient ways to do it because there's like no guides for the game. So I don't know how much of that I want to stream. There's also some other options as well. There's the Like a Dragon Gaiden. I have like 2 mods for that to play. There's the FF16 mod, and then there's the Kingdom Hearts mod. So I'll probably come back later tonight. It's still really early. I'm on a little earlier than usual because I didn't work at my neighbor's house today. But yeah, let me upload that secret ending video. Maybe I'll crap out an overview. I'll look for some guides or something, and then I'll come back with something else.